Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. All kinds of stuff going on. Of course, fair is the county fair starts this week, and if you ever go to the animal exhibits and it says no food or drink allowed, it's not because of the animals, by the way. It's actually for the people, because there's lots of airborne stuff that people can get sick, and so that's why they say don't do that. Not that that has anything to do with anything, but it's a public service announcement. So. Eclipse tomorrow. Woohoo! It starts about 9:30, something like that. About 9:30 in the morning, obviously. So, yeah. We're going to be about at a 95, 96%. Depends on who you talk to, yeah. The point is, it's not a complete eclipse, so don't look at it. If you don't already have glasses, number 14 welding goggles or welding shield. You can get them at supply stores if they have any more. So, as you see yesterday, 7-Eleven, they were expecting a shipment of 60, and there were already 50 people in line. Oh, not good. Picnic, September 10th, right, Jan? Yes. September 10th. Picnic. Put it on your calendar. Picnic, 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 picnic. More details to come. We're going to be doing the same place again because it just works out so doggone well. Right there across from Anthony's, so you can go swimming if you really want to, or bathrooms are right there, so that's a good thing. What was this? Oh, the Ren Fair is next month also, Renaissance Fair at Columbia Park, September 22nd. They changed their venue and everything last year if you couldn't find it or forgot about it, so that's kind of fun. I'm just going to pass these around. These are free haircuts for the new sports clips. So free haircuts and dollars off for anybody else. So if anybody wants those, I guess, well, you in the back probably aren't going to get anything. So, oh well. One more reason to sit up front, right? Oh, by the way, everybody is the Doobie Brothers. We start our services out with the Doobie Brothers, by the way. The people on YouTube don't know that because they can't hear any of the music we do. And that's the bad thing. You know, if you're somewhere else and look at one of our old services, none of the music's on there because we can't really play it. So you lose a lot by not doing that. But Doobie Brothers, and I think it's the Eagles, are going to be over in Seattle next month or so, something like that. So, yeah. We do have a couple patron saints by the name of John Lennon and George Carlin. And John said, "A dream you dream alone is but a dream, but a dream you dream together is reality." How nice. And George, equally as insightful. Have you ever noticed that the lawyer always smiles more than the client? Unfortunately, probably true. This book, $22.95, I think, in fact, I know somebody gave this to us a long time ago, like probably 15, 16, 17 years ago, something like that, and I've been reading out of it ever since, just a few passages. I don't read them all, because some of them just don't make any sense at all. But I do read a few every Sunday, and guess what? We're starting over again. I think this is the third time we've started over. So if you remember any of these, it means you've been here for a while. And if you don't remember them, hey, stick around. So there are two ways of spreading light: to be the candle or to be the mirror reflecting it. So, true. Very true. And, wow, still have haircuts all the way, huh? Wow, cool. If you are sailing in the Strait of Messina and come upon a castle floating in thin air, you are seeing an optical illusion called a fata morgana, which only occurs where there are alternating currents of warm and cold layers of air rising from the surface. Interesting. You know, you've seen the mirages from hot air rising, but I guess that one's a little bit different. You will love this one. I don't normally announce these, but this one I have to announce. No civilization, ancient or modern, has had a more exalted idea of civic responsibility than did early Greece. There, the highest honor that could come to a citizen was a place of public honor, even though no pay might be involved. A man, probably was a man back then, who held no office was called idios, or private. Eventually, the word came to be applied to persons mentally incapable of taking part in community affairs. Then, slightly modified in spelling, its meaning was again broadened to stand for any individual with less than normal intelligence, which serves as a vivid reminder that even now, only an idiot will ignore the opportunities and responsibility of citizenship. I like that one. Pardon me. This is the last of the church bulletins. Yay. Low self-esteem group will meet Thursday at 7 p.m. Please use the back door. The 8th graders will be presenting Shakespeare's Hamlet in the church basement on Friday the 7th at 7 p.m. The congregation is invited to attend this tragedy. Weight Watchers will meet at 7 p.m. at the First Presbyterian Church. Please use the large double door at the side entrance. Poor choice of words, maybe. Give a man a fish and he will eat fish for a day. Teach a man to fish and he will sit in a boat and drink beer all day. I don't see the problem here. Yeah. Fishing? Oh yeah, yeah. Flashlight, a case for holding dead batteries. God gave you toes as a device for finding furniture in the dark. When you go into court, you are putting yourself in the hands of 12 people who weren't smart enough to get out of jury duty. Okay. Little kids, dear God, is Reverend Joe Coe a friend of yours, or do you just know him through the business? Dear God, I do think anybody could be better than I do not think anybody could be better than God, than you. Well, I just want you to know that. I am not just saying that because you are already God. Those little kids are kind of trying to, what's he trying to say? It is the great, dear God, it is great the way you always get the stars in the right place. Why can't you do the same thing with the moon? Dear God, I am doing the best I can. Really? And dear God, I didn't think orange went with purple until I saw the sunset you made on Tuesday night. That was really cool. And we have had, that's one of the things that I love about the Northwest, in this area specifically. The sunsets, they've got to be the best in the country. I mean, they're the best of any place I've ever lived, and I've lived all along the coasts and Alaska and all that stuff. So, okay. Anything else going on we should talk about? Janice, anything? No. Got the picnic, we got, there's probably more stuff. But oh yeah, Tumbleweed's coming up. Yep. Actually, how about I read the calendar? I know I've got one. Got it. Qigong, every Sunday at the start. Drum making with Daryl today. You probably don't have any space left, correct? Maybe not, maybe not. If someone really wants to make a drum and doesn't want to wait till the next time that Daryl does it, you might want to talk to him, but you might have to twist his arm. Okay. Drum circle on Tuesday, correct? Oh, that was right. It was last Tuesday. Sorry. That's right. It has right here, a big circle. Yeah. The process at 6:30 with Josie on Tuesday. That is an easy emotional clearing. It's a very cool process. You ought to take advantage of it. That's why it's called the process. Introduction to Qigong healing with Marianne on Wednesday. I was just going to ask about that. Okay. If I hadn't read the calendar, I would have forgot.
Morning. Interchange is ending. As of the 30th of August will be our last meeting. We're going to make a transition to the process and join with Josie's process, but be available for anyone who wants to contact us for individual assistance on your spiritual path. Things change. We've been doing this since 2010. So we've had a long run, and it's been good. But it's time to do something else. And we wanted to get involved with Josie, but it just didn't work. We need to make a transition. And so make appointments with us on the Tuesday or the Monday, whenever it is that it's on the calendar, and give us a call, and we'll be there, because we probably won't be there every time. But we want to continue to support you in any way that we possibly can. And you all can find or know our phone number. So I thank you very much for responding as you have to the work that we have done through Mind Shifters, which is what it was called in 2010, and Interchange. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I mean, that's a long time to be doing a ministry. So thank you. William? Yeah, get up here, William, please. I mean, really, thank you very much. That's a huge, huge deal. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. So we have eggs?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. All right. A little silver-haired little lady, her neighbor, a little silver-haired lady calls her neighbor and says, "Please come over and help me. I have a killer jigsaw puzzle and I can't figure out how to get it started." Her neighbor asks, "Well, what's it supposed to be finished as?" Well, the little lady says, "Well, according to the picture on the box, it's a rooster." Her neighbor decides to go over and help with the puzzle. She lets him in, shows him where the puzzle is spread all over the table. He studies the pieces for a moment, then looks at the box, and then turns to her and says, "First of all, no matter what we do, we're not going to be able to assemble these pieces into anything resembling a rooster." He takes her hand and says, "Secondly, I want you to relax. Let's have a nice cup of tea." And then he said with a deep sigh, "Let's put all the cornflakes back in the box." Oh, that one just keeps on going, doesn't it? Yeah.
Didn't see that coming. I think they can relate.
Yeah, it is more fun when you're standing up. Move around a little bit. That's why I was in the back. Okay. Ooh, is that still on? Yep. Phil? My beloved? Is everybody comfortable? Is it warm in here to you? You're a little warm? Would you adjust that maybe a degree? One more down? Yeah. And it's like 5 degrees warmer up here. Thank you, dear. Huh? Huh? Allow me to introduce myself. Many of you know me. Many of you don't know me. So, my name is Janice Lynch. I grew up in Richland, right behind Spalding School. Had a pretty normal childhood. Had a big mean brother, a year and a half older than me. He was mean, but we're now best friends, so that's okay. Pretty normal childhood. Once in a while, there would be an experience that I would have, and my mother would look at me with the look of this is not normal, but I love you anyway. So carried me through a lot of stuff. And you know, kids are about ready to go to school. And I remember starting to go to school and finally taking a look at myself in the mirror, just a little kid, probably about your age. And I realized I wasn't very pretty. That there was, I don't know if I thought my eyes were too close together or something wrong with my nose. I don't remember what it was. And so, I carried that with me. I thought, well, that's really sad. It's really sad. I didn't look at people's in the eye very much, and if somebody was talking to me, I kind of turned my face away. Then that year passed, and then I started to go to school the next year. Summer comes, kids grow, whatever. Looked at myself in the mirror again and got, there's a distortion in the mirror, and now it's hitting my chin, and now my chin has this little warped thing. It's not me at all. I viewed myself from a distortion, a distorted perception of who I am and who I was and what I was presenting myself to the world. The truth of who I was reflected back to me in something that was damaged. And I bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. It never occurred to me to look at any other mirror in the house. We had other mirrors. There was a mirror in my room. Never looked at it. Just the one when you're brushing your teeth, you spit, you sit up, because you got to check, make sure you don't have toothpaste, right? There was that face. I think sometimes we look at life, we look at ourselves from a distorted perspective. Because the people who reflect back to us who we are damaged. We see their stuff projected onto our stuff, and we perceive our not pretty enough, our not good enough. We perceive it from that perspective. How can we find the truth? Well, we got to look at more than one mirror. And we got to keep looking. We got to look for the truth. And we got to know the truth. Remember, if you know the truth shall set you free. We shall be free. We just sang we shall be free. Well, we don't want to be free. We want to be enslaved. This is how it is. It's going to always be that way. Okay, and it will be. Until I grew and looked beyond the distortion in the mirror, that's all I saw. That's all I was open to perceiving at the time. So my question is, are you ready to change? Ready to shift? Ready to see things differently? If you could see things differently, what would you want to see? Would you want to see that you look beautiful or handsome? Would you like to see that? Or do you want to see that you're a lousy schmuck? I guarantee you, if you want to see you're a miserable human being, that will show up for you. If you want to see that everybody else in your world is mean and evil, that will show up for you. Because that's the distortion that you're looking through. It's like those little glasses that the glasses we're going to look at the solar eclipse with, have to have special glasses, want to protect the eyes. We have special glasses that we look at the world through, and it's called perceptions. And those perceptions are based on what has happened till now. What's going to happen tomorrow? Well, based on what happened now, nothing but crud. Baloney. What's going to happen from now is what I choose to observe, I choose to accept, I choose to engender in my life. We were talking last week about magical miracle moments. And I want to talk to you today. There's so many things. Sorry. I get excited here. And then it all goes away. Then I have to calm down again. I want to talk to you about awe. Being in awe. Not awe, it's so cute. But in awe as in, oh, wow, way cool. The word that the Bible translates as fear of God is actually awe plus respect. I have deep respect for the electrical circuits in my house. So I don't stick a screwdriver in them. That would be, not treating that with respect. I can have respect about that and not have terror over it. I love to turn the lights on. I love to read. I love to plug in my electronic devices. I use power. I have respect for it and I can use it and be benefited and blessed by it. so can we about divine power that is there for our benefit. So awe, let's talk about awe. This is so fun. So there are people in this room who are really tuned in and connected. You know who you are. I don't have to tell you who you are. But you do. I'm not even going to look at you because I would give it away. Oh, I can't help it. Anyway. And those of you who are really tuned in and connected, you get this. You know what I'm talking about. You have this sense that when you tune in, there's this exquisite, undeniable, amazing experience. And it can be kind of fleeting. You know, maybe it only is a moment or two. I mean, a sunset lasts just a few moments. And the beautiful, startling, amazing colors. And then soon they fade and twilight comes and the colors fade away. So sometimes those spiritual experiences that we have come and they go. Those amazing moments, those spectacular moments in our life, they come and they go. And we religiously hang on to the brutal moments of our lives, do we not? That really bad thing happened. Oh, I'm going to hang on to that. Remember that. Oh, God, just make myself miserable with this thing because I love it so much. There's a beautiful sunset. Oh, yeah, nice sunset. I want to back in there. Oh, come on. We all do that, don't we? That's human nature. And it's because it's human nature because of this. Because we were energetically programmed, neurologically programmed to see what isn't working. Because we came to change the world. Agreed? Agreed. You came to change the world. And this starts with changing your own world. So, but humanity has been hardwired to find what doesn't work because we have to be safe and we have to keep our children safe. We're hardwired for that. We're not hardwired to look at a beautiful, amazing sunset. And yet, of all the creatures created, humans are the only ones that can. You don't see a dog going, oh wow, man, cool sunset. Nope. That's what makes humanity unique and different. We can laugh, and we can experience beauty. But we choose to experience pain because it's familiar and we're hardwired to go, okay, I have to be aware of pain and protect myself from that. And unfortunately, by protecting ourselves from pain, we generate more of it. If we would focus on the beautiful sunset, we would experience more of that. We'd experience more of that. And you've heard me talk before about seeking a sign. And this is not a sign like, God, prove your God. You just show me something. No. This is having a sign so that you know you're on the right path, doing the right thing. It's that happy happenstance, that amazing coincidence that is a blessing. I had one happen last night. It put me in so much awe that I can hardly talk about it. It was amazing. So Phil and I watched this movie. We'd seen it before. And at the end of the movie, I listened. The song was like, that is a really cool song. Never heard the song before. I'd seen the movie, watched the credits, never heard the song before. Never dawned on me. So I thought, well, I wonder who that artist is. I wonder if I could find that. Couldn't find it. Finally found the artist because it was written up there. And then some of you know that I was born Mercury retrograde, and this kind of gives me a challenge when it comes to electronic devices. And especially when it comes to searches. Phil will come and say, how did you get here? I don't know. I was looking for... No, honey. And he goes, boop, boop, boop. And that's exactly what I was looking for. He's magic. In my world, I think he's just like magic. So here I was trying to find this song, and the words that somebody had written the lyrics down. Oh, no, it isn't. That's not what I'm hearing. That's not what they're saying. Phil goes, boop, boop, boop. And here's this video. I was like, oh, cool. And so Phil, never occurs to me, but Phil goes, I wonder what else this artist has done that's on the same thing. And sure enough, she had another one. We listened to that. It was awesome. So the first one was Alive by Sia. Am I pronouncing that right? Sia? Sia? Never heard of her music. I really like that. And then the second was Never Give Up, or loved that. Never heard that before. So here's Phil doing this, and I was thinking, these would be so awesome for my presentation I'm going to do about suicide in a month, less than a month now. Anyway, so I was thinking that. Said it out loud. Phil said I was thinking the same thing. Ding! My little phone dings. Pick up my phone, and here's someone whose son committed suicide. And he said, I feel compelled. Because the first thing that I did, as soon as I thought about this would be great for my presentation, my first thought was, I'm not really licensed. Who am I to do this? So insecurity started creeping in. Ding, look at this. So here's this guy, his son committed suicide. And he said, I felt compelled to share this with you. It was a poem he had written in honor of his son's passing. I'm in awe. Doubt was there, fear was there, and in the ethers, someone's heart was touched in my path. I know you've had that experience. I see people nodding their heads. You've had those experiences. Hang on to those. Those are awe. That's awe. Because when you get that, that lets you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are loved. And if you're loved and you're beautiful and you're amazing, nothing else matters. It's just stuff. It's just you and God. It's awe in that moment. And there's people in this room. I know you're really connected. And when I talk to you about this sort of thing, you get stirred up. You get that feeling inside because you remember, and you get reconnected on a different level. It's like a sweet agony. It's a sweet longing. Because you know it. Me talking about my experience rekindles your experiences. You may not remember them all or have one come to the surface right at this moment. But it's rekindled within you. Right? Aren't you feeling that? And then there's some in this room that have never experienced that at all. And for them, it's also a sweet longing because they want it. They feel it. You're getting it too. You know, well, why not me? Exactly. It's not unique to Janice Lynch, who grew up in Richland, right across from Spalding School. It's not unique to me. It's not unique to Valerie. It's not unique to you. It's not unique to, we all have that. So how come some people have it and some people don't? Because some people look at the sunset and see awe. And some people hang on to the pain. Now here's the thing. If you're hanging on to the pain, no shame, no blame. Because the pain is here. You experience that for a reason. Often it's not the reason we think. If you're experiencing pain, it's not because you're not loved. God doesn't love you because you had a painful thing, but He loves her. She never had painful things. Baloney. We'll shut him in on that one. The truth is that the lesson or the experience that generated for you may not be for you at all. It may be something you're carrying from the past to present time because you're going to lay it at somebody's feet and help them survive. Help them live. And help them move beyond the pain. So if pain is in your life and you're aware of it and it's really there, honor it. Honor it. Don't live in it. Don't fall into it. Don't dwell in it. Don't wallow in it. Honor it. Honor it. And if it hasn't cleared itself yet, it's because you have not yet got to the point where you're going to lay it at someone's feet and help them grow. It's fertilizer. What's fertilizer? So carry that with honor and fertilize somebody so they can grow. Right? Because what's the truth? The bottom line is we all have these synchronistic things that are happening. Have you been thinking of them? Have you got some things that are popping in your head? Oh, I remember when that happened. They're undeniable. You can't make this stuff up. Hang on to that. Cherish that. You're honoring this stuff we call poop that you're going to deliver someday. Honor it. Okay, here it is. But you don't have to breathe it. You might want to hold it out there, put it in a plastic bag, and I'll have that when I need it. And honor the sunset. Honor sunrise. Honor those precious moments. This sweet ecstasy when we connect with one another. That's what this is all about. That's what life is all about. And you're right there. You're already doing it on lots of levels. Just keep it up. Keep it up. I had a Bible verse for you last week. I had my Bible on the table and standing over here. Oh, I forgot my Bible verse. And we're doing contribution. And I heard a voice that leave it. When we talked about leave it. Okay. And that's because it's important today. So if you were here last week, this is still valid for last week. I want to share with you for today. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say, rejoice. Says it twice. Must be important. Let your forbearing spirit be known to all men. What is forbearing spirit? Self-controlled. Being able to endure. Forbearing. You're able to bear up under it. You're stronger than you think. You're upright. You're breathing. You're here. You have a forbearing spirit. You did it. You got to this moment in time. Hallelujah for you. Yay, you. You're here. Good for you. That's your forbearing spirit. Let everybody see that. Stuff's tough. I got my head held high. I'm doing the deal. I may be sucking at it, but I'm doing the deal as best I can, right? There we go. The Lord is near. What? That moment of awe is right here. Every time. If you feel disconnected, it's because you're just distracted. Take a moment. Remember a sunset. Pull a sunset up on your computer screen. Look at it and go, oh, wow. Be in awe. And the Lord is near. That divine source is right here. Right here. You're already connected. If you feel disconnected, it's just that you've got other feelings that have masked it. Take the mask off. Really look at it. Be anxious for nothing. Oh, crud. But I want to worry about that. That's what I do. I worry. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to get upset. Some of us are genetically predisposed to have anxiety. Honor that and move beyond it. You don't have to be there. Move beyond it. It's just a feeling. And if you can have that feeling, you can choose a new feeling and replace the feeling that is unpleasant with the one that you choose to inhabit your experience. And how you choose to do that is by remembering moments of awe. By remembering those precious, magical moments that you just can't make it up. Remember that. Remember those moments. You will be in awe. You will be connected. And the anxiety will go. Guaranteed. May take a minute or two. Guaranteed. Anxiety may come back. You'll find a new thing to think of. Bring it to the surface and hold on to. But, so you could be anxious for nothing. But, so don't do that. But instead, here's the instead. In everything, with prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God. Ask for it. Ask for God's attention. Ask for it. And be grateful. Be grateful. When I read the poem that was sent to me, I texted the guy back and said, well, actually, texting for me is boop, beep, 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 boop, boop, boop. I don't do that. I'm not great. So it took me a little longer than probably most. But anyway, I texted him back how that blessed me, what a blessing that was. And in turn, he was blessed. He was blessed because he took a risk. Let me send a poem to somebody I'm feeling compelled to send it to at 10:30 at night. You know? And to have it received was just exactly what I needed to have happen at exactly that moment. I had my supportive husband here saying, yeah, this would be great. And an outsider, in case that wasn't enough, it was, but in case I needed another little nudge from Spirit, I got it. The Lord is near. The Lord is near. Let your requests be made known to God. Okay, and you can do that without whining. Sometimes we think we have to, if we whine really loud to God, then God will give us stuff. No. Ask, seek, and you'll find. Ask, and then do your part, and you'll find. It's not ask and whine and beg and wheedle and beg some more and whine some more and cry some more. No, ask, put it out there. Do the deed and be grateful. And that's the flow. That's the flow of energy. And when you're in the flow, others get in the flow. And when somebody over here is in the flow and you're in the flow and you have a need, they connect. And the flow is this beautiful interweaving of energy and life. It's amazing. And then again, another happy happenstance will occur. Final verse here. Okay, 2 more. And the peace of God, which surpasses all comprehension, shall guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. So there's a peace. When you get connected, everybody connected? Don't you feel connected? Don't you feel peaceful? It's like all that other stuff is just stuff. And this peace will guard your hearts and your minds. Our minds get us into so much trouble. They're wonderful mechanisms by which we can process information. But man, they can sure put us in a state of judgment about everybody else and every other thing and ourselves. And that's not the purpose of the mind. The purpose of the mind is to process information. And sometimes when the only information we give it is this stuff that we're going to deliver later. What's it going to do? So this peace, if we're not anxious, we're asking, we're seeking, we're doing the deal, if that peace is guarding our hearts and our minds, that's what we want. We want to be protected. We need to be protected. It's a tough world out there, isn't it? Somebody posted on Facebook, loved it. All the darkness in the world cannot extinguish the flame of the light of one candle. There's dark stuff going on. Be the candle. The darkness must vanish when there's light. It has to. It's a law of physics. Be the light. And the darkness will vanish. Will vanish. So finally, brethren, sistren, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is of good repute, if there's any excellence and anything worthy of praise, let your mind dwell on these things. The sunset. The truth of somebody loves me. Somebody is acting in my behalf. Yes, dear.
Where's all this stuff you're reading from?
Oh, Philippians 4. It's a good book. You might want to read it. When we allow only the good stuff to have our conscious awareness in our mind and in our heart, then we move into this state of awe at all times. And amazing stuff will happen. And this sweet longing that we have for this connection is manifested right now and can be manifested again in a twinkling of an eye. Oh, my snapper worked. What do you know? It's been broken. You know, I have this arthritis thing. So my snapper worked. In case I need one, I'll just point to you. You're a better snapper than I am. A lot of information to process today. What I want you to walk away with is this. You are connected. If you don't feel connected, no shame, no blame. You're processing. Process differently. Put the emphasis of your process not on the stuff, but on the awe. Bringing God back into your focus, bringing divine source back into focus. And those awe moments are right here. The Lord is near. This divine source is near. You're ready to receive that. I can't wait to hear what happens to you this next week. Mr. Phil, join me up front. Communion. It's a physical manifestation of our spiritual connection. Because we forget. We forget. Cut yourself some slack. We have unleavened bread if you like the tradition of that. Animal crackers if you want to honor a Native American pathway. Works for us. And in this cup is gluten-free. So whatever you need to do to nourish your spirit in this moment, do that. And join us in prayer, please. Loving Spirit of light, we are so grateful that you walk with us in all things. Help us to remember that you're near. We forget. Bring your presence closer and allow us to experience that. Help us. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen. What? I did communion this morning. I missed one. Aren't you glad I'm not perfect? There might be another one that's in there that's empty. Oh well. Join me in prayer again, please. Loving Spirit of light, help us to find awe in life. Help us to find joy in life. Help us to find our way in life. Walk with us in all things. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen. Oh, from the rattles last week.
Volunteer?
Excuse me.
Thank you all so much. As amazed as you may be, the workbook passage this morning that I read was God is in everything because God is in my mind. You carry him with you wherever you go. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you, sir. What are the chances, right? Oh, goodness. Where do we want to go today? I have someplace I think, but I'm not sure. Disneyland? Mountains. Say what? An amusement park. No. Too many squirrels in the mountains. Sea, ocean. Space. Well, nothing's hitting me yet, and I'm not. Eclipse. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. We're going to go to a sacred space, and your sacred space may be in an amusement park, might be in the mountains, might be in the ocean. Let's do that, shall we? I'm not sure quite how to